Gather round, children, long after wait. There'll be fun and adventure for all. Story time with Cait. A world of imagination is there for you to take. All you gotta do is listen. It's story time with Cait. It's story time with Cait.
Hi boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Storytime with Cait. That's me. Alright, I'm here in Unity, New Hampshire, continuing on with my Pixie Wings Tour 2019. I've got Della Pixie's story up right here for you guys. I'm ready to go. Check this out. I've got a pixie feeder right here. I've got some pixie food, pixie water, some magical water. I've got my wings. I think I would have made such a good pixie in another life, perhaps. That's alright. So yes, if you would like to purchase your very own copy of Della Pixie's story, all you have to do is go to scarletpixie.co.uk. The link is right here below to help you get there quicker. Only with your parents' permission, kids. And now, let's get to reading. My Pixie Wings, Della Pixie's story, written by Joy Fisher, illustrated by Hayley Vine. On the day I got my wings, I was alone in my box house drawing and being creative, or as pixies call it, pixative. My friends Molly and Scarlet Pixie already had their wings and had left on an adventure to Pixieland. I knew that to have an adventure, you have to leave the comfort of your home. I put on my warm coat, fleecy hat, and scarf. I set off on my first adventure. I was excited, but also very scared. What would be out there, I thought? Tigers and bears? Haha, not in the park. With my backpack on, I lifted the small sunroof in my house and climbed out. I saw the most spectacular stars sparkling in the sky and the biggest white moon, and I became lost in the sky. Something sniffed me, a big animal with a twitching nose and two large pointy ears. I was silent for a moment, and then I screamed, "Ah! Ah! A fox!" My little heart was beating fast. I was stuck like glue to the floor. If I move, he will eat me. I closed my eyes. Scarlet Pixie had told me to breathe slowly in and out when I am frightened, and pull all the fear from my toes to my nose and blow it out. Can this really work? I said quietly to myself. I breathed in and out, and like Scarlet said, I could feel the fear leaving me. The fear had gone, but I was still shaking like jelly. I closed my eyes and created a song to help me feel calm and courageous. A little pixie you might see, but oh, I'm brave as brave can be. You might have scared me, Mr. Fox, but Della Pixie cannot stay here in this box. The fox stopped and howled, then disappeared. It must have been scared of me, or my singing. I felt stronger now, but very hungry. I headed back into my house, opened my backpack, and started eating a jam sandwich. It was so yummy and very messy. When my tummy was full, I was strong enough to go out again. I lifted the lid of my sunroof and pulled myself up. I jumped up to the top of my home. I stood strong and straight and proud of myself. I put my hands on my waist and stood in the super pixie pose. I took a deep breath of fresh air. I could smell flowers and grass and insects in air. What was that? Something stinky went up my nose and knocked me over. Pooh-wee! Whiff, whiff. Stinky! I climbed back into my box, holding my nose. I pulled the sunroof lid over the stinky, stinky smell. I was breathing slowly in and out. I pulled all the fear from my toes to my nose and blew it out and started singing my brave song. A stinky smell like sour cream, like rotten, fishy, sticky things. No way that stinky smell will keep a pixie from all her dreams. I opened my eyes and took my hands off my nose. Feeling braver, I decided to see where that smell was coming from. My neighbor had set out a huge stinky bin full of rubbish with flies flying around it. Wow, I didn't feel frightened anymore. I headed back into my house. I had a mug of hot milk and read a book called Pixies Are Daring and Fairies Are Yellow Bellies. After my rest, I headed to the top of the box. I pulled all my courage from my body, like Scarlet Pixie had taught me. I was standing tall and strong at the top of the box. Then something very tough rubbed all over my body. Yuck, 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 I screamed. A dog licked me with its rough, yucky, wet tongue. Standing still as a statue, I cried and sang, I'm not the bravest pixie, I have been scared away. I'm frightened as can be, so I will not go out today. Oh no, I was supposed to see my pixie friends today, I whimpered. I closed my eyes and pulled the courage from everywhere in my body. From my fingers to my toes to my ears and bum. Every little bit. I can do this, I said to myself. I sang in my loudest voice. Oh, yucky yuck, I'm wet, so wet. The beast, he hasn't got me yet. My pixie life I'll save. La la, I'm bold and brave. I kept singing and the tongue stopped moving towards me. Woof! 2 large brown eyes looked at me. The puppy dog had a smile on his face. I felt brave and strong. I looked down. My dress was no longer black and white striped. It had green and white stripes. The most gorgeous, strong, bold, and powerful wings appeared on my back and they started to talk to me. I have to admit, I was a bit frightened at first. Della Pixie, you are so brave and courageous. You can now embrace your fears inside. This is your super pixie power. Della Pixie, Pixieland is ready for you to share your superpower, said my wings. I flew away to Pixieland, excited to see my friends. I was as mighty as an ant, and nothing could stop me. The end. And now it's review time with Cait. That's me. Wow, what a pixtacular, super duper pixie story that was. Awesome. I absolutely loved it. I loved Della Pixie. I loved especially how she's so brave and courageous, how she's willing to just go out there on her own and have a new adventure. It was really touching to me how she took the lessons that her friend had taught her before and still tried to use them, even though her friend wasn't there with her physically. She was still there with her in spirit. She kept her right here in her heart. That's what it's all about. Something else that's cool about this story is if you wind up with your own copy, we've got some coloring pages for you kiddos. I know you guys all love that. There's some other activities in here too. So that'll be super fun. You can't have these though. These are my crayons. And once again, I want to point out that these books come straight from the UK. All the way from the UK to New Hampshire to be part of our 2019 Pixie Tour. Rocking it from Claremont, Unity, Dover. It's been a blast. If you want to win not just one book, but all 3 of these, all you have to do is comment below. I'll select a comment, and on my next episode, I'll announce the winner of Molly Pixie's story, Scarlet Pixie's story, and Della Pixie's story. That's right, 3 for the price of 1. Definitely you want to get in on some of that. Also, make sure that you like and subscribe so that you can see all my future episodes. Watching Storytime with Cait. That's me.